My name is Honor von Atzinger, and this is O Virtus Sapientia, composed by the 12th century composer Hildegard von Bingen, performed in the St. George Chapel located with the St. Michael Orthodox Church in Louisville, Kentucky. Enjoy!
I wanted to write a series of poems about the people in a Viking Age burial ground. I freely stole the concept from Edgar Lee Masters' Spoon River anthology. I wanted to tell the stories of some ordinary lives of that period. I did not choose a Norse verse form deliberately, because this is a series that I wrote about the Norse, not one the Norse would have written about themselves. And I chose to write in iambic pentameter because it is the easiest verse form to recite in English and not sound sing-song, as trochees would have done if I had used a Norse form. It was also used in period, Chaucer, for example, and so I felt comfortable using it. The poems and the stories that accompany them are now called the Rune River Anthology. The Rune Stone. This stone was raised for Astrid, Arnwulf's daughter. Never shall a finer woman come to Berka, or one who was more revered. Carved by her husband, Thorbjorn Halfdanson. Astrid, I cannot carve the truth on stone. There is not stone enough on all the coast to make a record of what you have done, and never were you one to make a boast. But I remember when I saw you first, a laughing girl with golden hair and eyes that were as blue and deep as open sea, and called me just as hard. and all the lies that I had used beguiling pretty maids deserted me. I stammered like a boy, and paid you court beneath your mother's eye. I won your heart, and wed you in my joy, and like the sun you brought into my stead warmth and light, and, singing at your loom, did more than any tapestry or fire could do in bringing beauty to the room. You bore my sons and daughters all with joy, and kept the stead when I went south to raid. It prospered more beneath your hands than mine. And yet you came, as merry as a maid, to greet me every time my ship came home, and ask advice on all that you had done, as if you needed it. And all those winters taught your wisdom to our daughters and our sons, and they grew tall, and brought us so much pride. Our girls all married well, our sons had means. The eldest brought his wife home to our hall. We should have had good years to end our dreams. But you grew ill and died, telling your love of me who left you all those years alone. Since you are gone, there is no joy in life. Astrid, I cannot carve the truth on stone.
This is an Old Norse poem called Darðarljóð, which means the Song of Spears, but you may think of it as the Valkyries. Vitt orpit, fúr valvari, risreðiskur rignarblóði, nu í fyrragerum gror uppkomin, vev verþjóðar vínir fjúla, ráðum vetti, ranvespana. Sjó orpin vev utathormum, och harð kleadar hovðumana, Erudroi reckon, door at skoptum, Janvale ulir and orum haladar, Skulum slosverðum, Sigurvet thena. Far and wide with fall of the dead, a warp is stretched and streams down blood. A spear-gray fabric forms on the loom, woof of warriors we Valkyries fill, binding and crossing the blood. The warp is woven of warriors' guts. Heads of the slain serve it as weights. Heddle rods are spears, spattered with blood. The shed rod is iron, arrows its pegs. With swords we beat our battle web. Hild goes to weave in Ealdormere, Sangrith and Svipple with swords brandished. Shields will shatter, shafts will break. Biter of helmets harms the breastplates. We wind the web of spears, as young war king has waged before. Forth we will fare where fray lies thick, and friend and foe fix sword against sword. We wind the web of spears, follow our king to fierce battle. Men will see shields shattered and bloody, where Gondel and Gun guarded the Thane. We wind the web of spears, where banners fly of boldest men. The Lord shall not lose his life in this place. Valkyries decide the slain on the field. Danes who were driven from Dublin's lands have now returned to take their halls, to claim this field, a kingdom make. Seafarers will hold sway of the land. Brave Irish will see an evil time as fate decrees they fall to strife, doomed to die as their doughty king. Folk leader will fall in the face of spears. Woven is the web, war place reddened, finished have we our weaving here. Still is the loom all stained and scarred, the skein garish with gore of men. Now it is gruesome to gaze around as blood-red clouds cover the sky. Clamor wardens keen their war songs. Far lands will hear fall of men. Chanted we well the weird of the king. Anon we will sing songs of victory. Those who listen must learn our words and sing this spear song. Speak it to men. Ridum hastum hartutberum, brudnum sferdum obrothedon. Swiftly we ride on saddleless steeds, hence from battle, brandishing swords.
When the Nichtergalle sings, the wood is waxen green. Leaf and grass and blossom spring, in Averil I ween. And love is to mine heart gone, with one a spear so keen. Night and day my blood it drinks, mine heart to death me teen. I have loved all this year, that I may love no more. I have sighed many sighs, lamen for thine oar. Yet your love seems never near, and that me rueth sore. Sweet layman, think on me, I have loved thee o'er. Sweet layman, I pray thee, of love but one speech. While I live in worlds so wide, other none I seek. With thy love, my sweet one, my bliss thou mightest eat. A sweet kiss of thy mouth might be my liege. Sweet Eleven, I pray thee, of a love token, if thou me lovest as men say, Eleven as I ween, and if it thy will be, thou look that it be seen. So much do I think upon thee, that all I wax agree. Between Lincoln and Lindesay, Northampton and Lond, I know of none so fair a maid as she to whom I'm bound. Sweet Aleman, I pray thee, thy love must me astound, lest I forever moan my song to whom it doth belong.
Drinking Borealis Mead. Words and music by me. From a bright blue pavilion that looks very trim, as it stands in the sun at the big Eric's rim, come a fond loving couple with a smug little grin, and we know what they've been doing there. What? They were drinking Borealis mead. It's the only drink that they will ever need. When they are sitting by the fire with a glass of heart's desire, it will raise their spirits higher. Let us all join in the choir. When we are drinking Borealis mead. When we are drinking Borealis mead. There's a young fighter facing his very first duke, but his helm spins round twice when he gets that rebuke. As we do off his armour, now the sight makes us puke, but we know we can soon bring him round. How? With a drink of Borealis mead. It's the only drink that he will ever need. When he is sitting by the fire, with a glass of heart's desire, it will raise his spirits higher. Let us all join in the choir. When we are drinking Borealis mead, when we are drinking Borealis mead. Now our courtyard post-revel is such a disgrace, for the bodies lie scattered all over the place. But roll one of them over, see the smile on her face, and it's clear why she's lying out there. Why? She was drinking Borealis mead. It's the only drink that she will ever need. When she is sitting by the fire, with a glass of heart's desire, it will raise her spirits higher. Let us all join in the choir. When we are drinking Borealis mead, when we are drinking Borealis mead. Now our Baron has bungled a fine fricassee, and the rabbit is ruined, 'twas the wrong recipe. Now he sleeps with his face in a small subtlety, and we think he's been drinking again. Oh! He was drinking Borealis mead. It's the only drink that he will ever need. When he is sitting by the fire, with a glass of heart's desire, it will raise his spirits higher. Let us all join in the choir. When we are drinking Borealis mead, when we are drinking Borealis mead. We sit under a tree in the cold springtime rain. We're in mud to the waist, but we're feeling no pain. We are drenched to the skin, and our lute's filled with rain, but we're warbling this carefree refrain. Why? We've been drinking Borealis mead. It's the only drink that we will ever need. When we are sitting by the fire, with a glass of heart's desire, it will raise our spirits higher. Let us all join in the choir. When we are drinking Borealis mead, when we are drinking Borealis mead.
I'm Master John Littleton of Trimaris, part of the Eastern Atlantean Alliance. This is my submission for the Laurels Only category, period song called The Abbot of Canterbury. I'll tell you a story so merry, concerning the Abbot of Canterbury, of his housekeeping and high renown, which cost him to gallop to fair London town. Derry down, down, hey, derry down. I'll tell you a story anon, concerning a prince whose name was King John. He was a prince and a prince of great might, but he held up great wrong and he put down great right. Derry down, down, hey, derry down. How now, brother abbot, 'twas sold unto me, thou keepest a far better house than I, of thy housekeeping and high renown. I fear you of treason against me crown. Derry down, down, hey, derry down. How now, my liege, you'll bear me no grudge if I should spend of me fair gotten good. If thou cannot answer me questions three, thy head'll be taken from thy body. Derry down, down, hey, derry down. When I am astride me seat so tall, with me crown of gold all on me head, of my nobility joined with much mirth, You must say to one penny how much I am worth. Derry down, down, hey, derry down. The second one you must not flout, how long I'll be riding the world about. The third one you must not shrink, but say to me truly what I do think. Derry down, down, hey, derry down. These questions are too hard for my shallow wit. I cannot answer your grace as yet. If you'll give me but 3 days' space, I'll do my endeavour to answer your grace. Derry down, down, hey, derry down. 3 days' space I shall gladly give, but that is the longest date thou hast to live. Thou dost not answer these questions right, thy head'll be taken from thy body quite. Derry down, down, hey, derry down. Now as the shepherd was going to his fold, he saw the abbot come riding along. "How no, brother abbot, you're welcome home. What news have you brought us from good King John?" Derry down, down, hey, derry down. Sad news I have thee to give. I have but 3 days' space to live. If I do not answer him questions 3, my head'll be taken from my body. Derry down, down, hey, derry down. My lord, have you not heard it as yet? A fool can teach a wise man wit. Lend me your horse and your apparel, then I'll ride off to London and answer your quarrel. Derry down, down, hey, derry down. When I am astride me steed so high, with me crown of gold all on me head, of my nobility joined with much mirth, you must say to one penny how much I am worth. Derry down, down, hey, derry down. For 30 pence our Saviour was sold unto the false Judas, so we are told. 29 be the worth of thee, for I think you were 1 penny worse than he. Derry down, down, hey, derry down. The second one you must not flout, how long I'll be riding the world about. You'll ride with the sun and ride it the same, until the next morning she rises again, so that I think but you'll have no doubt, in 24 hours you'll ride it about. Derry down, down, hey, derry down. The third one you must not shrink, but say to me truly what I do think. Well, that I can do, and 'twill make your heart merry. You think I'm the abbot of Canterbury, but I'm his poor servant, as you may see, and I come to beg pardon for he and for me. Derry down, down, hey, derry down. The king then he turned him around with a smile, said, "You shall be abbot the other while." "Oh, no, my lord, there is no need, for I can neither write nor read." Derry down, down, hey, derry down. Then 4 pounds a week I shall give unto thee for this merry true jest you have shown unto me. Tell the old abbot when you get home that you brought him a pardon from good King John. Derry down, down, hey, derry down.
I would tell you the story of the contention, of the bardic battle between Wainamoinen and Youkahainen. Wainamoinen was the greatest of Finland's heroes, not because he was the greatest swordsman, but because he was the greatest musician, which made him the greatest magician. And young Youkahainen was jealous. He was jealous of Wainamoinen's skill, of his talents, of his charms and magic songs, and he declared to his parents that he was going to travel to Wainola and contend with Wainamoinen. Well, his father forbade it. His mother, his father, both said, "He will sing you down. He will sing you down and bewitch you, till you cannot even move your feet, till you cannot even bend your fingers." Young Youkahainen thought to himself, "My father gives good advice, and my mother's better still, yet I know best of all. If I want to match my skills, I must sing the best of singers now. I will put stones of shoes on his feet. I will give him gloves of granite, and I'll give him a boulder for a hat." Heedless of his parents' warnings, he took his gelding and rode across the Northlands. He rode for 1 day, for 2 days. And on the 3rd day, heedless of where he was going, he ran into another sled. Crash! The old man in the sleigh spoke up to him. Of what clan are you, riding so stupidly across the Northlands to make a wreck of my poor sleigh and crash it into kindling? I'm Ukahanen, old man. And who are you? Oh, me? I'm of no one of importance. My name is Vainamoinen. Now, since you're so young, draw aside and let me pass. Young? Ukahanen leapt from the sleigh. Age is of no matter. It's he who has the mightier memory and holds the greatest magics. So you, eternal singer, Vainamoinen, draw your sword and contend with me now. I'm not going to battle you. Not your knowledge, not your weapon. Not with you, you pitiable creature. He will not stand up and fight when challenged to a duel. I'll sing him into a pig. I'll knock him here and there, and I'll throw his body on a dung heap. This finally raised old Vainamoinen's wrath and stirred his anger, and he sang. And these were not the words of children, the song of a bearded man. They shook the earth, and the lake splashed over. Ukahanen's sled took root. Saplings sprouted from his sleigh. His horse became a spotted rock, and young Ukahanen sank, thigh deep, as if in a swamp. Young Ukahanen panicked. Vainamoinen, let me out. I'll pay the highest ransom. I have 2 crossbows. One is quick in striking, and the other is more accurate than you can believe. I don't need your crossbows. My walls are covered with bows. And Vainamoinen sank him deeper still. Sank him waist deep in the meadow. Vainamoinen, I have 2 boats. One is the most handsomest of vessels, and one is fast for racing. You can take either one. I'm the greatest boat builder there is in the Northlands. My cove is covered with them. And he sang till Ukahanen's hands were coated in granite. I'm the owner of 2 horses. One is faster than the wind, and the other powerful for pulling. I don't need your stallions either. My fields are full of horses. And he sang him deeper still. Now, Ukahanen panicked with the marsh up to his mouth. I'll give you my sister. That could be a sweet thing, to have someone care for me in my old age. So eternal Vainamoinen sang his magic backwards. Ukahanen rose up out of the quicksand. His horse turned back from a rock. His slave back from a tree. But for what comes next, that's another tale.
I am Vala the seer, speaker to the gods, who dare not listen. In early times when Immer lived, was sand nor sea nor cooling wave. No earth was found, nor heaven above, one chaos all, and nowhere grass. Until Bor's sons the expanse did raise, by whom Midgard the great was made. From the south the sun shone on the walls, then did the earth green herbs produce. The sun turned south, the moon did shine. Her right hand held the horse of heaven. The sun knew not his proper sphere, the stars knew not their proper place, the moon knew not her proper power. Then all the powers went to the throne, the holy gods, and held consult. Night and cock crowing their names they gave, morning also and noonday tide, and afternoon, the years to tell. Ragnarok. Loud barks Garm at Nippa Cave. The fetters are severed. The wolf is set free. Vala knows the future. More does she see of the victorious gods' terrible fall. From the east drives Herm, bears his child before him. Jormungandr welters in giant fierceness. The waves thunder, the eagle screams, rends the corpses with pale beak, and Naglfar is launched. A ship from the east nears. The hosts of Muspel come o'er the main, but Loki is pilot. All grim and gaunt monsters conjoin with the wolf, and before them all goes the brother Abilest. From the south wends Surt with seething fire. The son of the war god shines in his sword. Mountains together dash and frighten the giant maids. Heroes tread the paths to hell, and heaven in twain is rent. Over him then shall come another woe, when Odin goes forth, the wolf, to combat. All men abandon the earth. The sun darkens. The earth sinks into the ocean. The lucid stars from heaven vanish. Fire and vapor rage toward heaven. High flames involve the skies. Loud barks Garm and Nippa Eve. The fetters are severed. The wolf is set free. Vala knows the future. More does she see of the victorious gods' terrible fall. New earth. She sees arise the second time from the sea, the earth completely green. Cascades do fall, the eagle soars, that on the hills pursues his prey. The gods convene on Ida's plains and talk of man, the worm of dust. They call to mind their former might and the ancient runes of Fimbultyr. The fields unsown shall yield their growth. All ills shall cease. Balder shall come and dwell with Halthar in Rup's abodes. A hall she sees, outshine the sun, of gold its roof, it stands in heaven. The virtuous there shall always dwell, and evermore delights enjoy.
Hello, I am Master Crispin Sexy, and I'm performing today a piece called Noverint Omnes. This is a Latin translation of the Lochac Laurel Ceremony and Fealty Oath, and I've set it to music. The translation is by Master Dafford, Master Brian, myself, and Mistress Joan, and the music is all written by me. I'm doing this today as a duet.
Noverint omnes majestatis et waters rex et Yolanda regina Lochac hodie Erehunt Crispine sexy nobilitati regniat perilum admintunt ordini nobilimi floriot et loteris patentibus insignia donimus crux sanguala argentea et compata in angulo capitis dextro omnis in scudo negro in ragno cacis et per omen cognitam imperat ad pretenia sine mora regno Dotus mater nostra et fervo etiam tertio Aides membrales annos sociata tatis aut quadratita Rex rodas regina Rolanda.
Reis glorios, erais luz eclaritas, Deus poderos, Señor, si a vos plaus, al mio compagno siat fisis adjuda, qu'io non lo vi, pos la noche fovenguda, et adessera l'alba. Il compagno si dorme tu velias, non dormats plus sur vos residats, que in orient bella stella cregura, camina giorn, che io l'aibe conogura, et adessera l'alba. Bel compagno, inchantan vos appel, non dormats plus, que obtentaras il, que vai queren lo giorn per lo boscage, et hai paur che il tilos vos assage, et adessera l'alba. Il compagno sits al finestrel et regardas las estelas del ciel, con noi seret suffices message, si non o fights vostres nero damnade, et adessera l'alba. Il compagno vos mi partire vos, io non dormi in bocca genalios, ans prege Deo lo fiel Santa Maria, quios me rendis per legial compagnia, et adessera l'alba. Il compagno la forras als pairos, me pregiavats que uno fos dormilios, innanz velies tota noc tro al dia, aras nos plats mos chans nima varia, et adessera l'alba.
She was smallest on the field by far, and raised her weapon high, and none could match the fervor that shone within her eye. She'd face down any giant, with sword and shield she'll go, because she knew that strength of heart could vanquish any foe. She swore an oath for valor upon a silver sword. She swore an oath to love the land and to defend her lord. And if the foeman's banners raise upon the battlefield, you'll see her strength of heart and hand that shatters any shield. That was the promise that small page made before her knight, that she would give to us her all in each and every fight, that she'd defend the land and seas with each and every part, and none dare stand before the strength of that tiny dragon's heart. She swore an oath for valor upon a silver sword. She swore an oath to love the land and to defend her lord. And if the foeman's banners raise upon the battlefield, you'll see her strength of heart and hand that shatters every shield. And now when thunder darkens and courage seems to fail, think well upon that fierce small page and let your strength prevail. Let her story move you to actions just and true, and remember that those tiny hearts are just as strong as you. She swore an oath for valor upon a silver sword. She swore an oath to love the land and to defend her lord. And if the foeman's banners raise upon the battlefield, you'll see her strength of heart and hand that shatters any shield. You'll see her strength of heart and hand that shatters any shield.
Greetings. I'm Mistress Gwyneth Especier of the Kingdom of Calontir. Today I'm performing the song Der Mai Mittelbeersal, composed by Oswald von Wolkenstein, who lived from 1377 to 1445. He was an Austrian politician and diplomat, as well as being a poet and composer. He was actually a composer kind of on the cusp. He wrote some pieces in the old monophonic song style that the Minnesingers did. And he was also, though, one of the first composers to write polyphonic music in German. And these songs were influenced by French Ars Nova polyphony that he encountered on his travels. This piece, in fact, is actually based on a contemporary French song, but he wrote his own words and changed music around and gave it his own flavor. He also wrote in French mensural notation, which was new at that time, certainly in Germany, and it allowed a much clearer indication of the meter and shifts in it. So this goes through duple and triple, and just has a lot of variety to it, which is one of the reasons it's so fun to sing. Oswald wrote political and religious and love songs, but this isn't one of those. This is a song about the birds in the woods singing in the month of May, and you hear different kinds of birds. Meadowlarks, nightingales, thrushes, cuckoos, and even the crow, who claims to sing beautifully but actually croaks about eating a lot of food. So now, for your pleasure, here is Der Mai Mittelbeersal.
Der Gausch bleibt hinten los, mit großem Mann Hello, everybody. This is Tonus Vandriel, and I'll be singing an original piece for you entitled Rest and Repeat. From early morn erupts the sun of our leader soaring base. We stretch and stand as troops, we march from our bunk, a safe embrace. As hens we squawk and peck and scratch for mealy tasty victuals. We search for food as we sing a song like the screeching of a fiddle. Oh, rest and repeat, each day it seems the same. The songs we sing to get us through cacophonous refrain. It's only each other singing together till day comes to an end. Oh, rest and repeat, and here we go again. Our leader stalks, inspecting troops, a flash of golden medals. Upon his head, a crest so proud, a plume of burning petals. His ego so large, as if he thinks David would cover in shame. He strides cocksure and feels no doubt while crowing out his name. Oh, rest and repeat, each day it seems the same. The songs we sing to get us through cacophonous refrain. It's only each other singing together till day comes to an end. Oh, rest and repeat, and here we go again. Some moments of mirth we gather round a group of kith and ken. A scratch, a stomp, a reel, a jig, and a race around the pen. Lieutenant unbidden with unclear rhythm howls out the heart of the note. His ears appalled, the captain calls, Lieutenant! Didgeridoo don't. Oh, rest and repeat, each day it seems the same. The songs we sing to get us through cacophonous refrain. It's only each other singing together till day comes to an end. Oh, rest and repeat, and here we go again. Oh, sorrow of sorrows, when back to our bunks, we find the farmers come calling. Our eggs were hidden, but now are missing. Us hens are now a-squalling. A duet, a trio, a feathered quartet, our wails unanswered screech. Ah! Save one lonely cluck, cracked egg in wing clutched, make Angelo's pea-egg talk. Oh, rest and repeat, each day it seems the same. The songs we sing to get us through cacophonous refrain. It's only each other singing together till day comes to an end. Oh, rest and repeat, and here we go again. Oh, rest and repeat, each day it seems the same. The songs we sing to get us through cacophonous refrain. It's only each other singing together till day comes to an end. Oh, rest and repeat, and here we go again. Let's do it again. Ah! Thank you.
Deus vult, God wills it. This battle is not won, this journey is not done, while infidels still hold this land. We will return at God's command to reclaim it for his Son. Deus vult, God wills it. I sit this night and fast for peace that will not last, unless we can hold Jerusalem and his birthplace in Bethlehem, that all may safely pass. Deus vult, God wills it.
I fall upon my knees. O God, grant my pleas. How long has this battle been? Tomorrow we must hold again. And how much longer can we? Deus vult, Deus vult, God wills it. My candle gutters out, I know the fear of doubt. The smell of smoke hangs in the air, and death surrounds us everywhere. And still we must remain devout. Deus vult, Deus vult, God wills it. The night begins to gray, the sun will rise this day, on walls that cannot last an hour, and starving men on every tower. All we have left to do is pray. Deus vult, Deus vult, God wills it. This day is what must be. My soul will soon be free. We came to do the will of God, like Christ upon the cross we call. Why hast thou forsaken me? Deus vult, Deus vult, God wills it. Deus vult, Deus vult, God wills it.
Falchia Harrigan, it's been a long time since we've sat by fire together, so I have a song for you. Where are ye bound, my pretty maid? The wind, it blows so cold. We out your shoes, we out your plaid, and the rain, it bites sae keen. My shoes are wee, my sister dear. The wind, it blows so cold. And may she wear them wi' good cheer, and the rain, it bites sae keen. The stains your dainty feet will bruise, the wind, it blows so cold. Say, why did ye gie her your shoes, and the rain, it bites sae keen? She needs them fair to sport and play, the wind, it blows so cold. Tomorrow is her wedding day, the rain, it bites sae keen. But tell me now, my gentle maid, the wind, it blows so cold. Why are ye out, we out your plaid, and the rain, it bites sae keen? My plaid is wee, my sister dear, the wind, it blows so cold. And may she wear it wi' good cheer, and the rain, it bites a keen. The rain will sake ye to the ben, the wind it blows a cold. You should have kept it fair, ye rain, and the rain it bites a keen. It's on her wedding bed 'tis laid, the wind it blows a cold. 'Twill mark for her a finer said, the rain it bites a keen. Your kindness causes me alarm, the wind it blows a cold. I fear that ye will come to harm, and the rain it bites a keen. But greater harm could I receive, the wind it blows a cold, than that which makes my heart to grieve, and the rain it bites a keen. Now tell me now, my little maid, the wind it blows a cold. Is it in love you've been betrayed, and the rain it bites a keen? My true love will for fortune wed, the wind it blows a cold, and take my sister to his bed, and the rain it bites a keen. And I will wed the salt sea fame, the wind it blows a cold. Aneath the waves I'll mark my hame, and the rain it bites a keen. We are well met, my lovely maid, the wind it blows a cold. For it shall be as ye have said, the rain it bites a keen. Consent to be a Selkie's bride, the wind it blows a cold. To play forever on the tide, the rain it bites a keen. A Selkie's bride I then shall be, the wind it blows a cold. To play forever neath the sea, the rain it bites a keen. So come wi' me, my dear young maid, the wind does not blow cold. We out your shoes, we out your plaid, where rain will no bite keen. I hope you enjoy that, and I hope to see you soon. Cheery.
Hi there, I'm Master Cedric Fiddlera, called the Fiddler, and this is my fiddle. Her name is Faith. She's actually based on a 17th century viola d'amore design. I call her a violino d'amore because she's got 5 strings on the top, and she actually has 5 understrings, which you can maybe see down under there. They're sympathetic strings. I'm going to be playing a medieval tune, which is titled in the modern era English Dance, because of course there's no title written in the manuscript that's in the Bodleian library where we get this tune from. But it probably is a dance tune just based on the sound of it, and the manuscript was found in England, so they call it English Dance. Enjoy!
I'm Laurel Trees. You were probably expecting that they stacked this challenge with Bardic laurels, but I am not. Welcome to the fire tonight. I'd like to give you a piece I wrote for Baron Master Taliesin, who was the man who gave me my name in this society. In the space of a moment when time falls away, the mist of memory rises. You find yourself in the vast halls of a place, surrounded by your chosen kindred. Each of them sees their own halls around. Each wears their various raiment. Their interests and arts are as many as they, yet sharing has brought all together. Are you awake, or is this a dream? Touch, taste, and smell all you see. For each gentle you greet with a smile and embrace tells you that this dream is real. The vault of these halls was lifted by those whose vision and toil came before us. They wanted a place for virtue to thrive and the weight of the world to escape. In goodwill they opened the doors to their halls and welcomed all as nobles. With wisdom and joy these builders of our dream crafted the halls of our elders. Who are the first to give us this dream? Their imagination still surrounds us. Through their service and art they made manifest this fantasy that you can feel. Now greet each new gentle to join in our game and welcome them into our halls. Clothe them and feed them and teach them our arts, for one day they too will be family. Our young know the joy of play become real and keeping the magic of childhood. They learn at the knee of the masters of arts and grow in the joy of service. How strong is a dream that lives past today, 50 years and still blooming. Oh, chivalry, courtesy, honor, and love are gifts to a new generation. Now the old and the young, the page and the peer may dance and sing together, weaving the magic of a place called the dream, where values bind us together. When threatened our halls from within or without, we'll rally and stand as one, and raise up our voices to far magistrates, that righteousness may yet be won. Are you yet willing to fight for this dream, to ensure it dwells not in darkness? Well, the choice it is mine, and the choice can be yours, to carry the light of our elders. Thank you, and see you again soon.
Hello, my name is Leramóðir Sigríðis Galdrakona Gala, Eric's daughter, and I hail from Antir. Tonight I will be singing for you a song entitled Hayemo o Nikjen. It's sung in Norwegian, and I will be playing it on this very small Anglo-Saxon lyre and singing for you. But before I do, because it's in Norwegian, I will tell you a little bit about the song. It's a very, very old tale, having variants of this tale all across the world, and I did post documentation about this piece if you would like to go and read it. But for those of you who will not be, this is how it goes. So Hayemo, a very beautiful young girl, is out walking one day along the waterside, and as she sings, all of the birds and all of creation sings back to her. And out on the water is a troll, known as a Nikjen, particularly a water troll, and he hears her voice and he falls in love with her and decides that he must have her. So he puts on his tall hat and his best clothes, and he directs the steersman of his ship to take him to the Christian lands where his love lives. And when he arrives, he finds that the village is having a party, and his love is there, and she is singing, and she's so beautiful. And so he asks her to dance, and they spend the whole evening with her singing and them dancing together and everyone having a really great time. But as it must do, the evening will come to an end, and then he must leave her. But he doesn't want to leave her. So he devises a plan that he is going to kidnap her and take her with him. Well, Hayemo, being a good Christian woman, does not seem to like this plan very much, and Nikien does not understand, once he drags her off to the waterside, why she is not happy. I mean, after all, tonight she will sleep in the arms of the Nikien. She should be overjoyed. Well, Hayamo doesn't think so. So she takes out her small knife made of iron, which is known to deter trolls, and she stabs him in the heart. And while he lies on the ground, being left for the ravens and the hounds, and dies, she says to him, "You will lie here and die, and I will go on singing." So I give to you Hayemo o Nikien. Hayemo kvad et sång i lei, vaknar i kvedelige drenge, de hører Nikien på havet skri, for de hei sovet i for lenge. Hayemo kvad et sång i lung, vaknar i kvedelige drenge, de hører Nikien den heiing hund, for de hei sovet i for lenge. Nikien antaler til styringsmann, vaknar i kvedelige drenge, du styrer mitt skip på kristne land, for de hei sovet i for lenge. Jeg gir meg på kristne land gå, vaknar i kvedelige drenge, denne vine jomfru var villig få, for de hei sovet i for lenge. Så gynge han seg i stova inn, vaknar i kvedelige drenge, med håge hatt og blåma kinn, for de hei sovet i for lenge. Nikien han dansa og Hayemo kvad, vaknar i kvedelige drenge, de gledes alt for kjær stågående var, for de hei sovet i for lenge. Nå må hver gange heim til sik, vaknar i kvedelige drenge, Hayemo tikk på skipet med mig, for de hei sovet i for lenge. Hayemo, still din harm, vaknar i kvedelige drenge, du skal bo sove på Nikiens arm, for de hei sovet i for lenge. Og stakk til Nikien i hålemot, vaknar i kvedelige drenge, hej sovet i forlänger. Herlige dunekjen forraven or hund. Vaknar i kvede lige drenge. Ino sov hivig min kvejardarlund. For de hej sovet i forlänge.
I am Thesis Sophia, called Zoph. The Magyar are known for many things. The grace of their horses, the bravery of their warriors, the beauty of their women, But we are also known for darker things, for things that come in the night. The ghost that haunts the graveyards, the ghoul that eats the flesh of the dead, the wolf that howls under the full moon. Greatest of all is the vampire, those that drink the blood of the living. Most feared of all vampire is the Liederch, and I have seen one. In my village there was a young couple, Anna and Gregor, and they were very much in love. Some in the village encouraged Gregor to put Anna aside, for, you see, she could not have the children, and how can you have a farm without the children? But so great was Gregor's love for Anna that he would do no such thing. Sadly, a few years after they were married, Gregor died in a horrible accident on the farm, and Anna's soul became grieved, which, as you know, can draw the Liederch. The women of the village took it upon ourselves to visit with Anna each night. One of us would go and bring dinner and sit and talk to try to lift her spirits up. When it was my turn, a few weeks after Gregor's death, I went, bringing her some of my soup, which, as you know, is the best soup in the village, yes? And we sat and talked, and I noticed a twinkle in her eye, such as when you have taken a new lover. Anna, I said, have you taken a lover? Oh, Sophia, she said, I have, but he is only a dream lover. He comes to me at night, and he loves me. When I wake in the morning, my chest hurts, so as if something heavy had sat upon it. At this, I became afraid, for this was a sign of the Liederch. Had it come to Anna? Darkness began to fall, and Anna basically pushed me out the door in her haste to get to bed for her dream lover. But I did not go home, nem. Instead, I went to the woods just outside her house to watch, to wait. Darkness fell, and soon I saw in the sky a blood-red star came down and landed before Anna's home. The star dissolved, and there stood a man, dark hat, dark coat, dark boots, and he entered Anna's home. I stayed in the woods with the moon and the stars to watch, to wait. After maybe an hour or so, he came out, this man, again in his dark hat, dark coat, dark boots, became the blood-red star and rose into the sky. I raced into Anna's house. Was she dead? Had he killed her? And she lay there in her bed, barely moving, barely breathing, so pale. I held my hand over her mouth and felt the slightest puff of air. Quickly, I woke her. and gave her more of my soup, and said, Anna, Anna, the Liederch, it has come. She cried, and I cried, and then I said, do not be afeard, for my grandmother has told me how to defeat the Liederch. I will come again tomorrow, and we will do so. The next morning I sent my son Janos to Elizabetha's house, asking her not to go to Anna's, saying that I would go instead. Now, perhaps some of you are saying, Sophia, why would you do this? Why will you not get your husband to take care of this problem? Ha! What would a man do but run around with his sword all cocksure? Nam! What we needed was not bravery such as this. We needed cunning, guile, a woman's work. That night I went back to Anna's, bringing more of a different soup, which is just as good, just not quite as good, Nem. And so we sat, and I told her what my grandmother has said on how to defeat the Liederch. I told Anna she must not fall asleep. And when he laid with her, she must find one of his boots and hide it. No matter what he did, she could not give him back the boot. Perhaps you are wondering what this is so. We are Magyar. We do not question, nor should you. Now, the sun began to set, and once again I went out into the woods to watch and to wait. And there again in the darkness came the blood-red star before Anna's door. The light disappeared, and there he stood again. A man, dark hat, dark coat, dark boots. He went inside Anna's house, and I stayed in the woods to watch, to wait, with the moon and the stars. After not very long, I heard the yelling begin in Anna's house. And finally the door was thrown open, and there he stood, dark hat, dark coat, but no boots. And instead of the feet of a man, he had the talons of a rooster, the Liederch. At this I must have made some noise, perhaps a return to look at me where I stood. He slowly began to walk towards me, and I began to pray, "Oh, sweet mother, save me. Oh, Savior Jesus, protect me. Oh, sweet mother, save me. Oh, Savior Jesus, protect me. Oh, sweet mother, save me." Just then, as the Liederch must see me, a fox darted out the bush next to me. The Liederch followed it with his eyes, and then turned and went back before Anna's house, once again became the blood-red star and rose into the sky. I raced into Anna's house, praying, hoping she was still alive, and there she lay again in her bed, so cold, so pale, not moving, so barely breathing. I gently woke her and held her tight. Then Anna gave me that boot, the boot of the Liederch, and we made the largest bonfire in all of Hungary and burned that boot to ash, so that never again would the Liederch come to my people, to my village. Beware, my friends, beware the darkness of the heart, the grief, for you never know what it may call.